Cool day at the ballpark, finale of the three-game series. Nats trying to get one from the D-backs. Kids opening day, all kinds of fun around the ballpark. Doing the lineups right now, and our young PA announcers getting everybody fired up along with us for this one today. Nats need to start winning some of the close ball games, and FP, I guess, when times are tough, you take it one game, one inning, really one pitch at a time.
Yeah, I mean, there's some positives from yesterday. The boys fought hard, and I think when you're in a little rut like this, it's important not to try too hard. Joe Madden had a saying, try easy, and I think if you just do one thing to try to help your ball club win today, it's not about your hits, it's not about your earned runs, it's not about your strikeouts, it's about doing something to help the club win. That's how you get out of these ruts.
All right, Gio is on the mound today. One of the toughest guys in baseball to have an at-bat against. Gio needs to maybe go a little deeper into some of these ball games, but the numbers are good. He just needs to keep on keeping on and maybe get some run support along with it.
Well, they need a great one out of Gio today. We talk about the bullpen usage yesterday in a 10-inning game. Gio needs to be efficient today, keep the ball on the ground, and do what he does always against runners in scoring position. A 120 average against, and then Robbie Ray is a guy that has 17 walks in 26 and a third innings this year. Nats hitters probably should be patient, make him throw strikes, get him in the zone, then go to work.
Yeah, in a couple different ways. A pair of lefties who kind of mirror each other. Wilmer Defoe against Robbie Ray. September of 16 in this ballpark, his first career home run. Maybe a little power would help from unlikely sources. The D-backs and the Nats, game 3, straight ahead. Better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by LEXUS, experience amazing. We've got some breeze through the ballpark. Sun trying to peek out from behind the clouds. Going to be a chilly one here before the warm weather arrives for the week. So it's 53. And that is 24 degrees cooler than first pitch yesterday afternoon. The D-backs, though, they're hot. 7th in the league in runs, 3rd in homers. A.J. Pollock has had a great series. He's their cleanup guy again today, 4 for 8, driven in 4. David Peralta has hit a couple of homers. He's 3 for 8. Those have been the two most dangerous snakes for the Nationals in this series. Gio, 7 career starts against Arizona, 2-1 with a good ERA, 3.23.
And there's the arsenal for Gio. Opponent's hitting .371 against his fastball, .250 against his curve, .167 against the change. Last start on the 23rd at San Francisco, 4-2 loss. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits over 5 through 94 pitches in that one. The defense behind Gio today. Sierra Taylor Harper, the outfield. Turner Kendrick up the middle. Defoe Zimmerman on the corners, and Matt Wieters doing the catching.
So the Nats have lost 6 of their last 7. Mets and Phillies both lost last night. So the Nationals are still 6 back of New York, trying to improve on that 3-9 home record. And against the West, 3-9 as well. Lots of action against that division so far with the Rockies, the Dodgers, the D-backs, the Giants. Bill Welke, 20th year in the big leagues, has the plate. Crew chief Mike Everett over at first, hanging with Ryan Zimmerman, Tony Randazzo, and Nick Lentz, second and third. 1:36 on a Sunday afternoon, second last day of April, and here we go. Gio misses low and away. David Peralta, a couple of solo homers yesterday. There's the front door curveball. It's in there, 1-1.
He had a big day, on base 4 times. Lined out deep to left his first time up.
And another curve, this one fouled. Peralta 0 for 3 career against the Nats starter. And the Diamondbacks start the day 5 up on the Rockies. They've won 3 straight. Came here from Philadelphia. And it's 1-2. And you'll be able to hear that cold breeze whipping through our stadium microphones this afternoon. 2-2, target away, swing and a miss. Gio with 90 that appeared to play a lot faster.
You see some of the sequence in, and then he pops the fastball to the glove side at 90. He'll do that to you, kind of rush you with 2 strikes. Usually it's into right-handers with 2, but this time away to Peralta, and he starts this one up with a K. Nice pitch.
Gerard Dyson has the day off. Nick Ahmed, their shortstop, bumped up to the number 2 spot. He's had a good series, 3 hits, an RBI, couple of runs. Continues to hit well with runners in scoring position. And he's 1 for 5 against Gio, stepping in at 213. Sounded like a busted bat. On his way, Michael A. Taylor got there in plenty of time. April for Gio. 44 starts. Wins 3 for every 2 he loses. Innings, ERA, opponent's batting average, all good. It's his best ERA of any month. And so this year he's playing at 3.04 coming into this one. And the opponent's batting average a little higher at 262.
They got a work cut out for him. The Diamondbacks won 12 of their last 13 against lefties, dating back to last year. They became the first team in 111 years to win their first 9 series in a row.
How about that?
Yesterday, so the Snakes are hot.
Yeah, and they're now tied with the Red Sox, best record in baseball, 19-7. 2-0. Goldschmidt, Gio's toughest matchup. 9 for 14. No homers, 3 RBIs. And he was taking on 3-0. And a ball hooked out to left center. Sierra playing way off the line, so it's a 1-hop pickup for him. Paul Goldschmidt, second hit and 6 at-bats this series. Had most of the day off yesterday.
Moises Sierra was respecting the power of Paul Goldschmidt right there, playing him real deep with 2 outs. You don't want anything hit over your head, so that allowed that single to drop.
And now A.J. Pollock, who was Friday night's hitting star. Homer, single, triple, scored 3 times, drove in 2. Infield to pull. For Gio, career start number 281 today. Looking for his 120th career win. And he gets nasty when somebody's on base.
Yeah, 120 average against with runners in scoring position. And everybody talks about the high pitch count with Gio and maybe some walks at times, but I feel like at this stage of his career, he's evolved into a pitcher that knows who he wants to get out. And if it's not the guy at the plate and it's the guy on deck, he pitches around people or pitches carefully to people. Thus the pitch count goes up, and thus the walk totals is a little higher than, you know, you'd think. I mean, right now he's going to be careful in a 3-1 count, but, you know, he's a guy that might have his eye on 2 hitters from the guy he's facing, and that's the guy he'll go after. People make so much about pitch counts, but guys are smart out there. They're veteran pitchers. They pick who they want out of a lineup, and they avoid the other guys.
Yeah, know where the outs are. So he went 3-0 on Goldschmidt, base hit, 3-0 on Pollock, then 3-1, and a 2-out walk, and it's Gio against Chris Owings. Owings 5 for 11 against Gio. And a high fly ball on the first pitch.
See, that's the guy he wanted.
Bryce Harper backing up, and that's it for the D-backs. They strand a couple. Robbie Ray, drafted years ago by the Nats. He'll face our lineup in a moment. You get that guy up here. Ryan Zimmerman, 344 last 8 ball games. He has 7 extra base hits over his last 9. He's 3 for 7 career against Robbie Ray. So again, after yesterday's success with him second and Howie fourth, they're back in those slots. And the Nats against Robbie Ray, who's 0-4 career against the team who originally drafted him with a really high ERA, 6.65.
Okay, there's the Arsenal. 6'2", 210, 26 years old, 2017 All-Star. No decision last start against Philadelphia on the 24th. Threw 107 pitches in 4 2/3 innings. So if you're a Nats hitter today, get him in the zone, make him throw strikes. 17 walks in 26 1/3 innings. He can be wild at times, but he's also got electric stuff.
Robbie Ray, 5th in the league, 43 strikeouts. And Trey Turner's gone. Appeal down to Mike Everett.
Good defense for the Diamondbacks today. Peralta, Pollock, Owens, the outfield. AHMED, MARRERO left side, Marte, Goldschmidt right side. And John Ryan Murphy behind the plates. I counted 11 cranes today before I was doing my lineup card. Not birds.
Yeah, the mechanical ones. Not a day to be up in one of those,
No.
and I'm sure those operators are glad it's Sunday. Here's Zimmerman. Man, those things are high. Ryan 3 for 10 in the series. Had one of his best at bats of the season last night in the 10th inning when he fell behind, battled, doubled, and got the Nats in a position to tie or win the game. So his batting average at 200. And Robbie Ray, 95, tailing away from the right-handed hitter. He will paint the outside edge. 2 Ks, 2 outs. This ought to be an interesting matchup.
Well, he's
Harper.
been having trouble throwing to the arm side with the fastball. He's been missing up and away to righties a lot this year. Corrected the problem his last start was a little bit better, but early returns that's not a problem yet. It's a good pitch.
6 career plate appearances between these two. Bryce 2 for 5 with a walk. D-backs have walked Bryce 3 times this weekend. Overall, he's 1 for 7.
Tough on lefties this year is Robbie Ray. 182 average again, so Bryce going to try to change that.
And he mixes in the slider. 0-2. That's got a loud sound to it on an 0-2 pitch. Harper able to turn around the breaking ball. And Bryce, second hit of the series.
Stayed on that nice. Bryce looked like he wanted to play, right? He's sick of waiting around for strikes, sick of walking, so he came up hacking today. 112-mile-an-hour single. Bullet to right field. And for those of you that might be watching the Nats for the first time, as a tribute to Felipe Alou, who said it every single game, there goes the no-hitter. First thing you got to take care of every single day. Check that box. Bryce just did.
And it got the Nats' hottest hitter to the plate. Howie Kendrick on a 6-game hitting streak. Great series. 4 for 9, couple of homers. They've also walked him. And career 5 for 22 with a long ball against Robbie Ray. Howie also still third in the league in doubles with 9.
It's such a fine line what Bryce is doing right now. I mean, he's almost like an 8th hitter in regards to everyone's pitching around him. So what do? Do you take your walks? I mean, 39 walks in a month's a record. Barry Bonds held it in 2004. He's close to that right now. Or do you go up there hacking and expand your zone? If you get too frisky up there and start swinging at everything, you lose your swing, you lose your discipline. So it's such a fine line right now for a guy that's hitting third, one of the best players, to stay disciplined enough to keep your swing, not get out of the zone, but you want to compete. So, I mean, basically Bryce Harper's hitting third, but he's hitting 8th the way they're pitching him.
That's a good point. Up to the guys behind him to do damage. And Howie up the middle. Ball might have been slowed down by Ray. That's Marte to AHMED on a 4-6, maybe a 1-4-6 to end the inning.
like they're getting close to having one of them back. Anthony Rendon going through a full workout yesterday at Nationals Park, taking BP, taking some grounders, and then was back out on the field taking some grounders again today. Davey Martinez saying that Rendon looked good. He was moving laterally and looked pretty solid going through his workout this morning, and saying Rendon is very close. Probably won't be activated tomorrow, Davey says. He was eligible to come off the DL today. So probably not tomorrow, but sometime in the next couple days, guys, a possibility for Rendon returning.
Well, that would help so much. Lineup, steady defense at third, how good he is over there. His presence in the lineup.
Earlier today, came out, did some hitting. Look at the thing on his left foot. And the way he's walking, it looks kind of cumbersome, doesn't it? Maybe it's because he's walking on the tarp and it feels weird on there.
Can't wait to see him back in there.
I mean, somebody's got to think of a steel toe cleat like the umpires wear. You know their boots? Those of you who don't know, umpires have steel toe boots for foul balls, but their shoes weigh like 20 pounds each. I've worn them before. They're heavy. But maybe somebody comes up with a cleat that has that in it, but still functional.
Fastball turns Marte away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Carbon fiber toe or something? I don't know. Bulletproof toe?
Okay, future billionaires.
Seriously.
Get to work.
I'm onto something here. I got ideas, just no money.
2-2, and that one bounced up the middle. Turner from near the bag, the jump, the throw. Just such a fun and pretty play to watch.
And coming across the middle, charging the ball, the jump throw. Seems like he gets more on it when he jumps. The exchange while he's in the air. Watch this. In the air, exchange, throw, all in one motion.
Here's DEVEN MARRERO. Saw him briefly in the ball game yesterday. They got him from Boston. And a high drive. Deep left center. Taylor tracking. Final adjustment as the wind pushed it back over the top of his ball cap. 2 down.
Yeah, not today. Wind howling down half street, right in left center field, blowing straight in. We noticed that before the ball game. So yesterday the ballpark played real small. Today it's going to play real big. I think the home runs are in left and low below the parking garage and maybe toward the scoreboard today, if any.
Yeah, wind coming straight from the north right now. So base is empty, 2 outs, and Gio against the number 8 hitter, catcher John Ryan Murphy.
It's got to give Gio confidence, right? When that ball was hit, he was probably thinking, uh-oh.
One. Target in. Outfield the other way just a bit. And Gio's fastball way outside. 3-1. Comebacker. Gio knocks it down, gets pretty far away from him, and Zimmerman saves a throw from going into right field, and Gio still down, but looks like he's all right as he gets up, even a smile.
When you see a guy for so many years, you know when he was laying there that he was laughing. And you were thinking, this ball could go to the right field corner. Nice play by Gio to hustle after it. Maybe a better play by Ryan with a short, hard throw to pop off the base, because Bryce was backing up, but he wasn't there yet. And Gio's probably laughing right there at himself, which he often does.
Yeah, looking into the dugout, it appears. That'll get it down to the pitcher, Robbie Ray. Usually a good hitter, 184 career batting average. 0 for 8 this year.
Generous call, he'll take it.
Wow. Nissan pitch cast.
Well, we still see the deception to deliver, even though this is 88. Robbie Ray swinging at it like it's 98. And you'll see that with Gio a lot, especially with 2 strikes. He'll go soft, 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 and then speed you up.
And this tapper, Gio forward to grab it. Plenty of time to set. Zimmerman across the bag into foul ground. And the D-backs have not scored in 2 innings against Gonzalez.
Stance. Use the Force and visit nationals.com. Star Wars Day, Bob Carpenter will be all dressed up in some sort of weird outfit like these guys. Screech starting the lawnmower, all kinds of weird mascots out there. That looks like a crazy night I once had in college.
I can guarantee you the grounds crew, there's no way that thing's going to get turned on.
Look at that.
With Screech at the controls. Here they come.
Georgetown. And
see ya.
Screech has got a birthday. It's his birthday today. That just got real weird. All right.
Inside the Numbers presented by PNC. Make today the day. Sounds like a good theme for this Sunday afternoon. So the Nats offense, 8th in runs, 6th in batting average at .239 coming in. On base percentage, not that great. Home runs, just fine. Runners in scoring position, a number that needs to come way up. You might remember last year, and that was with Adam Eaton out, but pretty much everybody else healthy. The Nats, for most of the season last year, hit around 300 with runners in scoring position. Robbie Ray, 14 pitches, 11 strikes, first inning.
Nosebleed cam, I love it.
Yeah, over on the first base side today.
Yeah.
Michael A, 293 his last 12 games. In this series, 1 for 6.
Made the last out yesterday on a ground ball up the middle that Nick Ahmed went way to his left. Had a tricky little hop at the end going into center field, then bare hand flip to second for the force out. It was a way better play if you looked at it 2 or 3 times than it initially looked like. That ball had center field all over it with a lot of shortstops, but Nick made a sweet play. I thought the best play Nick made yesterday was going first to third on a base hit to left.
Yeah, right in front of Moises Sierra. A key extra 90 feet. Braves have an early run at Philly. Braves beat the Phillies again last night. Brandon McCarthy and Vince Velasquez for the Phillies today. Zach Wheeler for the Mets later at San Diego. And a 1-2 to Michael A. Purpose pitch moved him off the plate.
Check out Robbie Ray's hat. He wears a protective cap insert on the left side of his head after getting hit by a 108-mile-an-hour line drive last July. Kind of see it right there toward the back.
Busted bat, and the race is on. Marrero at third base for them today. Quick release and one out. And here's Dan with more.
Bob, talking about yesterday's game and yesterday's loss, Davey Martinez frustrated as were his players after another loss at home. He told reporters that he met with his team in the clubhouse right after the game and had a pretty simple message for him. The message was, keep fighting, things will turn. It was something that he wanted to address his entire team, tell them that they're playing hard. He liked the fight in the bottom of the 10th inning when they were down a run and loaded the bases. He said if we keep playing that type of baseball, things will turn around, and wants to stay positive.
Uh-oh. Robbie Ray just walked off the mound. Something happened on that pitch.
Yeah, way outside to WIETERS. Manager, slow walk, and out comes the Arizona trainer.
I'll tell you what, it's a cool day, a breezy day, and he's going right for his oblique with his glove. Yep. I'll tell you what, I've had this happen. It's painful. It feels like someone comes up and just shanks you right under the ribs. And he knew it right when he did it. And that's going to do it for Robbie Ray.
He's going to be done after 21 pitches, walking off with Ryan Panfilo, their trainer.
Those things don't go away quick either, and they hurt. Everything you do, you breathe, you laugh, you cough, it kills you. And hopefully he just strained it and didn't pull it, because if you pull that thing, it's a month at least.
So the Diamondbacks will decide who their next pitcher is going to be. He will have all the time he needs to get ready. And a 21 pitch outing to this point for Robbie Ray. Gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. So nobody yet on their way from the bullpen. That will be decided while we take you to break. It's our UPS store call to the bullpen. And if you need expert printing, and number 30 there is TJ McFarland, the UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing we can't solve.
the hoodie on, and Robbie Ray, we're going to show you the pitch before to Michael A. Taylor. He felt something. So a lot of times when you pull an oblique, you think it's a cramp. You're just like, that doesn't feel good. Watch Robbie Ray right here. Kind of wince it a little bit, then he reaches for it. He's like, come on, that's just a cramp. I'm okay. I'm fine. We're good. And then you go try one more pitch, and you stretch that thing out a little bit more. If you strain your oblique, it's not as bad as pulling it. You pull it, it's a long way back. So hopefully just strain that thing and it'll be okay, and maybe not even have to miss a start.
So that was the first pitch to WIETERS. Another lefty on the mound now to replace Robbie Ray will be 28-year-old TJ McFarland. Now McFarland has not appeared in this series out of their bullpen. So 7 games so far, great ERA, part of that bullpen that so far statistically is the best in baseball. In his career, 2-0, 1.17 in 5 games, all in relief against the Nationals. Originally drafted by Cleveland, Orioles took him in the Rule 5 draft from the Indians back in 12. Released him in 17, and he signed with the D-backs a year ago, March 3rd.
It's all the warm-up pitches he needs. I'm sure everybody knows that, but in case you don't.
Yeah, he made 43 appearances, 1 start with Arizona last year. 54 innings. Not a strikeout guy, 29 Ks and 17 walks over that time. At 1.62. It started this series at 1.77, their bullpen.
And McFarland, fastball slider change. Fastball averages 90, slider 20% of the time at 80, changeup 10% of the time at 83. So a little different look.
Tuesday is U.S. Navy Day here at Nationals Park, and it's the first of 5 branch of the military days at the ballpark here. So check out nationals.com for tickets. Pirates will be here. 4-game series commencing tomorrow night.
Navy Day and Navy Yard.
Nice. Tanner Roark, Jamison Taillon tomorrow. Max goes against Chad Kuhl on Tuesday. Strasburg, Ivan Nova Wednesday night. Day game on Thursday. Jeremy Hellickson, Trevor Williams. So Matt WIETERS has a count of 1-0 as he steps back in against TJ McFarland, having not faced him before.
You know where this is big that the Diamondbacks brought in a lefty is as a switch hitter. You do all your work before the game to face a lefty. So Matt WIETERS, Wilmer Defoe in the cage, they're hitting right-handed. They're ready for Robbie Ray. If Torey Lovello brought in a right-hander, it's not a huge adjustment, but when you do all your prep before the game for a lefty as a switch hitter right-handed, you know, you're ready. You know, you're thinking, you're visualizing, you're seeing a lefty on the mound, so not a big adjustment for those two.
Yeah, Matt, 2 for 9 this year right-handed. Severino gets the majority of the playing time against lefties so far. And Matt in the series, 1 for 4, a walk and a run batted in.
Yeah, stuff different. You know, McFarland's more of a ground ball guy with the sinker. Ray more of a power pitcher, power fastball, power slider. But we talked about at the outset, how do you get out of a funk as a ball club? Yeah, it's not about your hits, it's not about your ERA, it's not about your average. Just try to do something to help your club win every day. Whatever it is, something little. And the reason you say that, Carp, is because a lot of times you get in these ruts, you try too hard. In baseball, everybody knows you try hard, it's worse. So do something tiny, do something little. Help your ball club win one game. Be about today. And stay fine focused in the moment. That's how you get out of these things. Baby steps.
3-2 with 1 out. And Matt WIETERS launches one. See you later into the bullpen where TJ McFarland just came from. WIETERS 3rd of the year. Washington on top.
Or sometimes it's big things.
That's his first homer right-handed this year.
I'll tell you, the switch hitter, you do most of your work on the side you're going to hit at versus a starter. So Matt WIETERS did all his work right-handed. It paid off. 1-0 Nats.
When you consider the breeze, how well was that ball hit?
Yeah, he hit that right down half street, didn't he? Usually, on days like today, you'll see low homers go out around the foul pole because that parking garage in left will block the wind. But as I look, those buildings that are popping up down half street might be blocking the wind today too. Those buildings have never been there. See those buildings? Those are new and probably blocking that firm breeze that's coming right down that street.
Where's his Sierra? Hot shot. Goldschmidt was playing about 25 feet off the line. He has it for the second out.
Show me the tater again. Maybe a sinker that stayed, well, it didn't stay up. That wasn't a bad pitch. Maybe wanted it more away, but Matt WIETERS a good low ball hitter, right-handed and left-handed. Golfs that one out. Those buildings will be awesome when it's 98 degrees and there's no breeze.
Somebody might hit one of those structures. That
All
ball
right.
was tagged. Wilmer Defoe. 1 for 1 with a home run against TJ McFarland. Wilmer Defoe hit one 429 feet against him to right center field above the pool at Chase Field last year on Sunday, July 23rd. It was Wilmer's second home run of the year, and many of us still cannot believe the flight of that ball.
He lost the dreads. Wilmer got a haircut.
Three and one.
Hey, that's a little thing to change things up. I like it. Tanner shaved his beard. It looks like Wilmer got a haircut, unless he's got the dreads tucked in. I can't tell. No, he got a haircut.
Close, he's aboard.
Worked.
So what didn't work for Sampson helps out Defoe here. And Gio will hit in the second. Mercedes-Benz.
Pretty close.
Gio Gonzalez hunting his first base hit this year.
Robo hitter. Check out the elbow guard he's got. That's old school. That's a big one.
Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, left arm exposed. Oh, 2.
Mo Vaughn elbow guard. Remember that one? He used to hang out over the plate with like a catcher's shin guard on his arm.
Gio, first base hit. Got a piece of the second base bag on its way up the middle. 2 on, 2 out.
Well, he's been getting his rips all year. He said something to the dugout running to first base as soon as this got through. He was talking. He turned his head toward the first base dugout. So I don't know if he called it or he's looking at somebody in there trying to get a react from the staff and his teammates. Nice swing, first knock of the year. There goes the no-hitter for Gio. personal, there goes the no-hitter.
First time through the order, the Nats go 3 for 8 with a walk. So Trea Turner, who Ray struck out first time, he's 1 for 1 career against TJ McFarland.
Just hunting something up, make something be around your belt, eyes light up. That's when you're going to get off your A swing against a guy like McFarland. He's bottom of the zone or below. As a hitter, you're trying to elevate him, raise your sights, let it rip.
So Defoe the walk, Gio the hit. That blast by WIETERS, first home run McFarland's given up this year. Trea Turner in the series, 2 for 10. A steal, couple of runs. And a good spot early in this game for the Nats to get a commanding lead. It's been nip and tuck at home almost all year, just a run or two here and there. Not many big leads at all. Some good first inning success. And that's close. Good take.
Trouble getting on the same page.
Fans getting on him. Speed it up. 3 and 2.
Take the tarp off. That'll give Wilmer a head start.
While we're young. Way inside, bases loaded. And a huge spot early for Ryan Zimmerman.
Remember yesterday in the third inning, a walk to Trea Turner with 2 outs, and then all of a sudden Ryan Zimmerman goes deep. His 4th of the year. Remember, Trea stole second base. And I think Dave Martinez moving Ryan into the second spot was to get him some fastballs. He got a bunch that at bat and cashed in.
So a big conference around the mound for the D-backs here. Bill Welke coming out to break it up. That was in the 3rd inning, right after that 2-out walk. Nats led until the 6th. Mentioned earlier, Ryan's extra base hits last 9 games, 7 doubles, triples, and home runs. You just lose some papers.
And my scorecard just flew out the window, but it was yesterday's.
It is. It is brutal up here where we are, believe me.
That was awesome.
I've got Phone, binoculars, laptop. We're battening down the hatches up here.
Well, I won't be referencing yesterday's game anymore.
If any of you get a text from your friends at the ballpark that they just got FP scorecard, tell them to please return it. He'll give you everything in his cabinet over there.
That's glad it's yesterday's, not today.
Zimmerman ahead. Check swing. 1-1. And on a ball tailing away, a tapper, 1-2.
When you hit with the bases loaded, it's so awesome when you get ahead in the count because you know the guy's got to throw a strike. It's the most relaxed you ever are as a hitter. You know, you get into a 2-1 count, a 3-1 count, you're thinking he's got nowhere to put me, he can't pitch around me, so you're just zoning him up, and you're real aggressive once you get ahead. But the key is to relax.
Yeah.
Easy to say in that situation to allow yourself to get ahead.
Close. McFarland heading for his dugout, 2-2. How close?
Down and in.
Yeah, Bill Wilkie got it right. By the way, some may be surprised to know that Ryan Zimmerman is second on the club in RBIs to Bryce Harper. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a curveball, he managed to get a piece of it. Now that slider at 80.
That's a huge pitch for McFarland and the Diamondbacks. You don't want to give Gio a head start, a 3-2 count in second. Base hit right here might be just 1 run, but 3-2 count, it's definitely 2.
And nothing in the zone so far. Ryan in big time protect mode there. One nothing on the Matt Wieters homer, which seemed to come a long, long time ago. Since then, a grounder, 2 walks around a Gio base hit.
And that's waiting for that big hit.
I tweeted after the game last night, that big hit is out there somewhere.
It is.
Along with another disappointing scorecard, and hopefully things about to get better in that respect. And now McFarland has done nothing to speed up his work rate here. Zimmerman a tapper. Pitcher drops it again. 2-0 Nats. Doesn't hurt to get a break or 2 along the way when you're scuffling.
Yeah, McFarland had to go for that. If it's over his head, it's a knock all the way. So he had to go a long way for this. We'll see how they score it. Either way, the Nats will take it. I think they scored that in error, but a little 2-out lightning here for the Nationals.
Yeah, we'll see how big that can become. Bryce on an 0-2 pitch from Robbie Ray first inning, got a breaking ball and single cleanly to right. Been sitting on 19 RBIs for a while.
I feel like he's going to be aggressive today. He showed that in his first at bat against Robbie Ray. Maybe the game plan changes against McFarland.
Bryce 0 for 2 career against him with a base on balls.
Maybe he's just going to say, forget it, I'm swinging. Try to walk me.
Up the middle, deflected by the pitcher. That ball dropped, and then AHMED keeps his cool and throws out Bryce on a 1-6-3. Matt Wieters with one out, facing a pitcher just in from the bullpen. Hit one right back into said bullpen. Big fly for Matt, and the Nats add an unearned run, 2-0. National health system thanks to our Washington, D.C. LEXUS dealers. LEXUS, experience amazing. All right, Dan, the battery mate went deep, and that's a big thing for the Nats to get some early offense here.
And throwing to Matt Wieters today is Gio Gonzalez. Bob, we've talked a lot about Gio over the last few years, about his curveball, and more recently how he started throwing his changeup more. But talking to pitching coach Derek Lilliquist earlier on today, he said he feels the biggest key when it comes to Gio is his fastball and being able to throw it to both sides of the plate. Lilliquist saying Gio has to be able to work inside on righties, both for a strike and for effect in off the plate. He says doing that will prevent righties from diving out over the plate. It'll make his curveball and his changeup better, and it'll make it harder for hitters to foul off two-strike pitches, which could give Gio some quicker at-bats and allow him to work deeper into games. We've seen in his recent starts that pitch count has gotten up. He's had trouble getting through that sixth inning. Lilliquist feels if he works into righties with that fastball, could help him get some quick outs, maybe work deeper.
Thank you, sir. Top of the third, Gio back to work. 36th pitch, strike number 21. He struck out David Peralta swinging to start the game.
Well, he's always worked into righties, but it's been late in the count. You know, he'll stay away with the changeup, backdoor curveball, throw a sinker down the way, and then pop you in with 90 to 94 late. But maybe if you do it earlier, you get him off the changeup away, you get him off the backdoor curveball, and they're not as comfortable. So we'll see.
That's a breaking ball cued right off the end of the bat. So Gio's base hit was big.
This inning's big, the shutdown inning. Get you right back in the dugout and keep the momentum on your side.
Got the first two in the first, Peralta and AHMED before Goldschmidt singled. 2-2. Foul ball.
The pitch cast when Gio pitches is my favorite because it's everywhere. You look at a sequence to a hitter and it's like someone went to the shooting range with a sawed-off shotgun. That one, a little tighter pattern. But that's what makes him so effective. I've said it a lot of times. Hard to game plan against a guy like Gio Gonzalez because, you know, you don't know where it's going. Effectively wild.
That's a fastball right in there. After a couple of hooks were fouled off. And Gio's only 2 strikeouts, David Peralta.
You see in, up, down, and then all of a sudden with 2 strikes, he goes boom and paints on you, down and away. So that's why it's hard to hit against Gio. Everybody talks about the high pitch count, but sometimes that high pitch count is what makes him so great. I don't know where it's going to be. You're all over the place, and then you do this, boom. Right on the black. Thanks for coming. Great pitch.
Here's the shortstop, Nick Ahmed. Fly ball, shallow center. First time Taylor came and got it.
As a hitter in the big leagues, I thought it was a little bit easier to hit than the minor leagues in the sense, Carp, that you had pitchers that were right around the plate. You could come up there with a game plan, look for a pitch in a zone, and eventually get it there, which didn't always happen in the minor leagues because guys had good arms, didn't know where it was going. But then you face a guy that's, you know, 1 pitch here, 1 pitch there, 1 pitch I don't know. That's hard as a hitter. Because at this level, you're used to seeing the pitch you're looking for in an at-bat. It might just be once, but you're used to getting it.
Did he go? Mike Everett says no.
If you go up against Gio and sit on fastball away, you might not get it in that at-bat. I mean, you might not. Who knows?
Might not get off a swing.
Right.
2-1. Ahmed gets off a swing. Turner gets there. Made it closer than most guys would, and a base hit all the way for Nick Ahmed, the D-backs' 3rd of the day.
Sweet play. And would have got a lot of runners, but Nick Ahmed can run. Watch how far Trey Turner goes for this. Into a slide, pops up quick, gets rid of it. That was fun to watch.
Here's Goldschmidt, who singled out to left center, and again the Nats played their left fielder Sierra in front of the bullpen out there, way off the line, and that's what they do with a lot of power hitters in this yard. Double down the line no matter what. Look out. Goldschmidt, number 3 in the MVP voting last year. Hit 36 homers, drove in 120. He had 73 extra base hits. Got him looking. 2 Ks in the inning, both called 3rd strikes.
But you kind of see Goldschmidt foot down early thinking, is this going to come back? I don't think it's going to come back. Did it come back? You could see all that going on in his head. He was ready to fire off a swing even though he was fooled by the speed. Maybe a little leak with the front shoulder thinking about that inside fastball, but I think he just gave up on it because he didn't think it was coming all the way back.
A.J. Pollock walked first time.
Big out for Gio. This one too.
ahead of this man, 1-2.
So everything away in the sequence. Does he try fastball in here, or does he do the same thing he did to Goldschmidt with the backdoor curve? He could also go changeup off that two-seamer away. See what they decide on here. Big pitch coming.
Yeah, surprise Peralta with the heater, Goldschmidt with the hook.
Yep, coming in hot.
High fly ball to center. Sun blazing, glove for shade. Taylor has it. Howie Kendrick has a hitting streak on the line today. He's 0 for 1, but he's hit safely in 6 in a row. 9 hits, batting .429 during that time, coming into this Sunday salvage operation. On to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. So Howie in the series 4 hits. Michael A. A 2-bagger. Matt WIETERS is now 2 for 5 with a homer, 2 RBIs, and a base on balls. Howie rips one. Reaction play by DEVEN MARRERO to his left, taking a single, maybe a double away. That ball had some hook on it.
Yeah, Howie Kendrick's been locked in since opening day. Another bullet off the bat, but a great play by DEVEN MARRERO at third. Kind of playing shallow in between. Got the short hop. Plenty of time for the throw. Nice play.
Michael A. Taylor 0 for 1 career against McFarland. So this is the 9th net he will face since coming in for Robbie Ray. Right oblique, we were told. Left-handed pitcher, but we're told right oblique. Taylor, high drive, deep left, Peralta back, see you later. Another shot to the D-backs bullpen. 3-0 Nats on Taylor's 3rd of the year.
Do we have hang time on StatCast? Because that ball was in the air forever. They're telling me 36 degrees on the launch angle, 402 feet, 104 miles an hour on the McFarland slider. 3-0.
That and Howie's yesterday, serious hang. Michael A. Taylor, 44th career home run. Matt WIETERS way deep last time, his 3rd of the year, and his 130th.
Show us the Michael A. Taylor one more time. The slider that just stayed up, caught it out front. 79 miles an hour going in, 104 going out. And I felt like that was in the air forever. Maybe it's because the wind's blowing in and that was a big, big fly that just got out. Maybe backed up at the end a little bit because of the breeze. You got, I mean, if you're going to hit one high today, you got to drill it to get it out of here, and he did. Look at that. That is a stiff breeze, folks, blowing straight in. He hit it through traffic.
WIETERS now on 2-2. That looks really on point, on balance, seeing the ball well from this side of the plate today. Didn't really flinch on a 2-2 pitch. It was diving down and in. Seeing it, and he's aboard. Second time today on base. Third walk issued by TJ McFarland. MLB at Bat, your #1 Nationals app. Customize your experience. Catch every moment this year. Home screen icons, MLB.TV game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, radio, stats, news, MLB at Bat. Sierra hit the ball sharply first time. Hits the ball high in the air, deep to left center this time. Wind knocks it into the glove of A.J. Pollock, and WIETERS a long way to get back to first.
That ball came straight down, didn't it? I mean, you got to really crush one, as we just said, to get it out of here today. Moises Sierra hit that ball well. He's looking back like, how'd that not go out? Are you kidding me? I can't hit it any better than that. Dave Martinez is going to go down and tell him, nice swing. Watch this. Well, in a second.
Defoe walked and scored first time. That was prior to the Gio hit. So all of that after the WIETERS homer, all that traffic came with 2 outs. And Defoe got it started. That one about 3 feet foul, hit well to the corner.
I thought it was fair, clearly. I think they should challenge it.
Oh, 1. And Defoe jammed a bit on that one. It's out into right center. Owings. That's it for the Nats, but Michael A. makes a loud sound with 1 out in the third. Towering drive to the bullpen. Third homer, 9th RBI. The Nats by 3. They serve today for a better tomorrow. Every day at the yard, waving our caps, they wave back to us, our wounded warriors, our servicemen and women, worthy of our recognition every single game. Michael A. just tossed a souvenir to a fan not far from where he hit the homer. We're going top four. Owings, Marte, Marrero for the D-backs. Chris Owings fly ball to Bryce Harper, ending the first with 2 men aboard. Gio, couple of infield hits since then.
Tell you the value of a shutdown inning, getting your ball club right back into the dugout. Nats tack on a add-on with the home run. Trying to do it again here.
0-2. Braves just dropped a 5 spot on the Phillies. Ozzie Albies hit his 9th. Johan Camargo his 1st. 6-0 Atlanta at Philadelphia. 1-2. Swing and a miss. 89 elevated a bit, and Gio has struck out 3 of the last 5 Diamondback hitters. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
See, this is the anti-launch angle fastball. Everybody in today's game trying to hit the ball in the air, but when you're going up the ladder like that, that's a tough one to make contact on.
Marte the hitter. Defoe even with a bag at third. He bounced out to Turner first time, and the curveball well outside. Driven to right. And a 1-hopper to Harper, and Ketel Marte busts up an 0 for 9 in this series with that base hit.
Pretty swing. Pretty swing, nice approach. Stayed back on the off speed and hit it hard and low to right.
.27-year-old DEVEN Marrero next. High school teammate in Florida of Eric Hosmer. We'll see him on the next road trip when the Nats visit San Diego and see these D-backs in Phoenix. After that trip, there will be no more travel west except for the final weekend of the season to Colorado. So we'll have a bunch of short trips the rest of the season after going to the West Coast twice in a row. Strike call. Looked it all the way in, and Gio got the knees with the changeup. Doubled up on it, ball 1. And Marrero, 3-time All Pac-12 at Arizona State. Came home in that trade with the Red Sox and the D-backs. And if you weren't with us yesterday, he is a young cousin of Chris Marrero, who the Nats made their #1 pick 2006. Turner, Kendrick, 6-4-3. Zimmerman grabs the high throw. And Gio gets 2 for the price of 1 to get us to the bottom of the 4th. Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. 3-0 Nationals. WIETERS and Taylor, towering home runs. Unearned runs sprinkled in there. The Geico President's Race got a little ugly today.
Got a little weird right about here.
They all went down thanks to the bevy of mascots here.
I mean, that's just
Screech, little bush league with the flag right there.
the Ram crushing Abe, and then Screech on his birthday wins. Meanwhile, all heck broke loose in the background. Security.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more, or your life on car insurance. Visit geico.com. See how much you could save.
You just can't unsee that, can you?
Is that the best takeout since the Easter Bunny last year?
Yeah.
First pitch swinging. Gio deep short. Nick Ahmed guns him out. And Gio's had 2 good at-bats today. First base hit of the season, last time up. I don't know, 3-0, 5th inning or 4th inning. Get back in the dugout, get a breather. Just got a double play ball and go to work next half inning against the bottom of the Arizona order. TREA 0 for 1 with a walk. On the grass at third, MARRERO. He squares and looked like he was trying to push it first base way.
You know, a lot of times a right-hander against a lefty will try to push it to second, but TREA has shown us that he likes to just kind of tap it to first and make everybody come and get it about, I don't know, a quarter to halfway down the first baseline, and he just runs right by everybody.
Come on. Easy take.
Yeah.
You've conditioned me for that one.
You said it in your head. Good take.
Just missed.
I'm still trying to get over the mascot melee down there.
Yeah, it was ugly.
My head's not in it yet.
It was a riot. Two-1 to Turner. He's going to drop one to right center. TREA is 11 for 11. Ender Inciarte leads the league with 12 stolen bases. TREA right behind him, so's Taylor. He has stolen 1 in this series. Ryan Zimmerman next.
That's what Bob's talking about.
Starling Marte here with the battling Buccos tomorrow night.
You just get so excited when TREA gets to first. Now the fun starts.
Yeah, it changes everything, doesn't it?
It does. Check out the pitch selection to Ryan, too. That'll be a factor.
That time he had a lean going, but he was actually, when it ended up, leaning back toward the bag.
This is where you have to do your homework on the fly, right? You probably watched video on Robbie Ray's move before the game when you got here today, and now McFarland's out there, and you have to do your own research.
John Ryan Murphy's thrown out 2 out of 3 so far this year, getting help from some of his pitchers. That's a fastball in there, 1-1.
Sometimes you get out there real big, act like you're going just to see a move. And just to try to induce a good move from him and not just a token throw over. There's a big difference in the two. Well, you don't want to swing at that. It's a double play if he does. First 2 strikes, questionable.
Two-two. Milwaukee's been pretty consistent all day on that inside pitch. Ryan's taken a couple of those, and Home plate umpire's been consistently calling that inside.
Well, TJ's pitching for the double play. You can see sinkers below the zone, first pitch slider below the zone. He's trying to keep the ball down and get a ground ball.
He gets it. It's a comebacker. Second baseman covering. Safe is Ryan Zimmerman, called by Mike Everett at first.
Okay, so the whole sequence from TJ McFarland to Ryan Zimmerman down below the zone. He didn't give him anything to hit. TREA with a weird slide to second. What happened? Fine. When you steal bases, you have scabs. And when you slide, you break open scabs. So if you were worried about the way he walked off the field, I'm calling that was a scab.
One 4 on the fielder's choice. Diamondbacks took a look at it, said play on. Harper rips one, but there's a guy there on the shift, and that's Marte. Ketel Marte throws him out. The Nats trend, their 6th runner today to the 5th inning. 3-0.
By Matt Wieters. The curveball coming up to Paul Goldschmidt. I think that went through the Nats dugout, around their on-deck circle, and just came back for a strike. And then the elevated heater right here for strike 3. So cool to watch Gio's pitches on the Exmo. The 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com right now.
Top 5, Gio, 68 pitches, 44 strikes. Great ratio. Murphy on deck, McFarland and Peralta. G.J. McFarland's had a couple of at-bats this year. He's 1 for 7 career. And John Ryan Murphy, that ball that Gio blocked first time, ended up rolling to make a throw over by the first base line. Base hit all the way, the 1-1 low. And the wind's going to take that and blow it way out of play. Top of the 5th inning, we're into the 3 o'clock hour. Happy Sunday to you. Go Caps, by the way, today. BC, FP, DK, Nats lead 3-0. Homers by Wieters and Taylor. And an unearned run because Gio got a base hit back in the 2nd. Curveball, see ya.
That was dirty.
Strikeout number 5. Nissan, pitch cast.
Might have been his best curveball of the day. Watch where this one starts, ends up. John Ryan Murphy can't fire off a swing, and someone's keeping score. And either Bill Welke's got a funny strike caller. I heard some dogs barking out there. Is it pups in the park today?
I think there are pups here. Yeah. They're the only ones barking about the calls. Welke's been spot on.
So, somebody's dog needs to be tightened up out there in right field.
Yeah.
That's all I can hear. There's a dog. All right.
Yeah.
That's a French bulldog, obviously. That's Ryan Zimmerman.
1-2.
That wasn't the dog barking, though. That was a good dog. Just sitting there,
Yeah.
checking out the game, keeping score, having a beer with his owner. That's what I'm talking about.
Biscuit and a beer. What's better than that at the old ballpark? 2-2 with one out.
There's some more dogs. That's an Italian Greyhound on the left.
So we have an international
and
flavor
that
today?
black and white one right there is a Pocket Beagle. Bearded Collie, Dalmatian.
Nice changeup. Oh, wait a minute. I mean fastball. 6 Ks for Gio.
Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. Toyota K's for kids. It's kids opening day today. That's why you saw all the mascots. And kids love dogs too. That's why it's pups in the park.
Peralta down on strikes twice via Gio. Second time through the order, the D-backs go 2 for 9, pair of singles. Pretty good jammage right there for the foul ball, 0-2.
I think there's a lot more pups in the park this year. Fans love it. Oh, a little snack for the St. Bernard. Nice. That's a good dog, right? That's a good boy. That's a good Alaskan Malamute right there. These dogs are just, the breeds they bring to the park are amazing.
Swing and a miss, was it? No, Nick Lentz says he didn't go.
Close.
Look out, look out. That went right by the screen. There is something brewing in Pittsburgh. We'll tell you about that when we get a chance. 1-2. And I got a breed for you. There's a bulldog from Florida. Gio strikes out the side. Howie, Michael A., and Matt straight ahead. PNC make today the day. So Austin called up when Austin Adams was sent back to AAA. And with Syracuse, 4 starts, a win, great ERA. Opponent's batting average way down there. He's from the University of Washington, Kentwood Washington High School. And he was the Nats' 5th rounder in 2013. Looking forward to seeing him.
Those are some good numbers.
Here's Howie Kendrick outside.
He is ready, and he has been called up.
25 years of age, have a birthday at the end of June. Meanwhile, a pitcher who is 26 years of age, Nick Kingham, is making his major league debut today for the Pirates, and he has no hit the St. Louis Cardinals for 6 innings at PNC Park. That's a scoreless game. Luke Weaver's only given up 3 hits. Pirates will be here tomorrow night. 1-1 to Howie.
Cherry blossom flowers blowing all over the place. Did you see that?
It's been seen around town here for the last week or two. Howie turns on one, and that looks a lot like double number 10. Two other hitters in the league, Ozzie Albies and Freddie Freeman, have 11. Howie's right behind him, and now he has a 7-game hitting streak.
Well, we talked about it yesterday if you missed it. He worked on pulling the baseball with Kevin Long in the offseason. You know, being more aggressive to the pull side. He's got the center field other way thing in his back pocket all the time. That's what he's done his whole career. But he wanted to do some more damage to the pull side. You see right there, got a curveball slider up and drills it down the corner for a leadoff double here in the 5th.
Yeah, so 7 games, 10 for 24. Couple of homers, several doubles. And Howie's trying to go to third, and they've got him. 1-5 on the comebacker by Michael A. Taylor.
You see the leadoff second, and I think he's thinking that gets by the pitcher, and it didn't. And once it didn't, he was done. You know, obviously you want that ball hit to your left if you're on second with nobody out, but if you're reading a slow chopper off the bat, you could beat it to third. He didn't anticipate McFarland coming off the mound and shagging that baseball and throwing him out.
Here's Matt. Wieters has had a good day. So the first out of the inning made at third base. Wieters now facing TJ McFarland for the 3rd time. So uncharted territory for the most part for McFarland. He's made 3 starts in his big league career in 172 games.
Huge lead.
Yeah, why not? Michael A. 9 for 9. The Nats are 30 for 35 to lead all of baseball in steals. Be a good way to get a runner right back into scoring position.
And if that's his A move, I mean, he picked him up already. He might have a better one than that, but that's, to me, that's a simple throw over. Probably showed him his B move. But if that's all he's got, Michael A is going to be running here quick. Looks like he extended another half step.
Yeah, he's way out there. 14-foot leadoff.
Yeah, I don't think he has one better. He might have shown it right there, and that was the same move as the first one. Now you paint yourself into a corner as a left-hander. Are you going to throw over 3 times in a row? A lot of base runners will say, if you do, you got me. I'm going first move right here, right now. Even more so. Are you throwing 4 times in a row? Probably not. It's like roulette. I'm betting red right here, and I'm going. 14-foot lead. My goodness, that's the biggest one we've seen by far this year. Well, I'm out. I mean, the percentages of throwing over 4 times in a row are very, very low. 5 even lower. Get the analytics people on this. What are the percentages he throws over 5 times in a row? It's good stuff, though.
After a long pause, which helped to freeze Taylor. 1-1. Remember Matt WIETERS? He's the batter.
So there's 2 schools of thought for base stealers. One, you get a comfortable shorter lead and you're thinking towards second. Sometimes you get too big a lead and your thought process is back to the bag. But Michael A is the exception. He gets a big lead and he's thinking towards second most of the time. You know, you get out there too far, you're thinking back instead of steal. You get out there just comfortable enough, you're thinking steal instead of back.
So quick visit from Tim Bogar, Nats first base coach there. 1 on, 1 out, bottom 5, 3-0. Big gap in right center. Now it's 3-1. Maybe some focus on the hitter has suffered here for the lefty. WIETERS a hot shot. So Taylor never got beyond first, and they turn the 6-4-3 double play. This one to the 6th inning. Gio back to work. 3-0 Nats. Let's summarize things, shall we? Some power, some good pitching, and unfortunately for the D-backs, we hope Robbie Ray's okay. Right oblique took him out after an inning and a third, 21 pitches. So here's Gio in the 6th. 2-3-4 for the Diamondbacks. Gio's longest outing this year, his first of the season, 6 innings at Cincinnati. A run on 5 hits in a 6-5 Nats win against the Reds. 5 1/3, 5, 5 1/3, 5 since then. D-backs box single hits in the first 4 innings. Goldschmidt, first inning, followed by a Pollock walk. Infield hit Murphy second. Shortstop hole hit AHMED third. And then Ketel Marte right before a double play that ended the fourth.
Ooh. Strike zone's been low all day. Ryan Zimmerman standing at first saying that was a strike to me.
Good pitch. 3-2 now. Goldschmidt on deck. And that ball is into the right field corner. Bryce Harper playing pretty shallow. Has to retreat to get it. Into second base is Nick AHMED after that borderline call. D-backs first extra base hit.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by AHMED right here. Just stays on it. And after the close call goes his way, he stays in the fight, gets a better pitch, a little higher with a little more plate. So a leadoff double for the Diamondbacks here in the sixth. Long way to go in this one.
Absolutely. Here's Goldschmidt, 1 for 2. Off speed, he had him out ahead. Great pitch. Defoe, 1 out. That'll bring in A.J. Pollock.
Interesting approach by Goldschmidt right there. He had no intentions of moving the runner. At least it looked by that swing. His strength is right center. That's usually where he pounds a baseball, but Gio got him out front.
Right in there to A.J. Pollock, who has walked and hit a fly ball to center, and he looked like he questioned that strike one call.
Well, that was lower than the pitch to AHMED. A lot of times umpires have a thing about ringing guys up. Strike one and strike two, they have no problem raising the right arm, but some guys, strike three, they'll hesitate.
Interesting. Trey Turner to his left, runner frozen again. So Gio battles back with 2 quick ground ball outs. Celebrate Federal Workday on Wednesday, May 2nd. Our workforce will be out to help the Nats take on the Buccos. First 25,000 fans get a Nationals tote bag presented by Kaiser Permanente. Nationals.com for your ticket info. Chris Owings, a fly ball to right and a swinging strikeout. Long look at the runner, and then some upstairs heat. 0-2.
Gio said, come on, one more to himself. One more hitter, one more strike, one more out.
Due to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up 3rd. Pitch number 96.
Talking to himself.
Curveball. Turner backhand. Strong throw. Zimmerman big enough to make the stretch. And Gio gets 3 ground ball outs after he struck out the side last inning. Trey Turner is turning into some kind of shortstop.
First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington. The Nats have drawn 122 walks for a total of $6,100. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
TJ McFarland has thrown 63 pitches since he came in out of the bullpen. Sierra, Defoe, Gio, bottom 6.
You know, I was thinking about today driving the ballpark, about the way things are going right now. And as a club, you much rather struggle in April than late.
Sure.
And maybe you have to fight for something for a change. But I can't even tell you what happened last April with the Nats. All I remember is Ryan Zerva had a great April and it was warm. So you don't want to get buried in April, but you much rather struggle now than in October. And everything's come fairly easy this ball club over the years. I mean, they've had the battle and fight, but they've won the division by, what, 20-something games last year? And maybe having to fight for something, scratch and claw, is not the worst thing in the world early. You find out what you're made of as a ball club. You find out about your character. They've won 4 of 6 NL East titles. But, you know, October's been tough. So maybe this year you find out what you're made of early, and that helps you late. You got to get healthy. There's things that have to happen here. This ball club's not healthy yet, but that's not an excuse. The Diamondbacks have lost their 4 and 5 hitters, and they have the best record in baseball. So, you know, whether the cavalry comes or not, the guys on the field got to find a way. And I guess my point is, even though it's hard to watch at times right now because you're spoiled as a Nats fan from what you've seen, maybe struggle now instead of later.
Long at bat by Sierra. Marrero throws him out.
And maybe it's a good thing in the long run, in the big picture. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Nats won the division by 20 games last year. They won 50 games on the road. They have an over 500 record on the road so far this year, 8-7. So Wilmer Defoe is next, and the beauty of baseball is, well, some used to say there's no clock. A couple of clocks have encroached upon the proceedings.
I mean, the Dodgers.
But it's a long season. It's a marathon.
The Dodgers started 10-12 last year. They won 104 games. So, not saying that's going to happen here. I don't know, but see what you're made out of. Find a way. All the cliches.
Defoe 0 for 1 with a walk. You saw Gio on deck. He's hit the ball hard twice today. 97 pitches. Looks like Davey plans to throw him out there for the 7th, start the inning, and see what happens. He's coming off 3 ground ball outs. It was a 13-pitch 6th inning. Not bad, considering the first guy doubled and never left second base. Defoe. It's going to go foul. It just came off the lip of the grass and made a slight left turn. Nats box. 2 runs, 2 hits in the second, highlighted by the WIETERS homer, a Gio base hit, and a Zimmerman grounder dropped by McFarland for a run. And then 1 inning later, with 1 out, Michael A. Taylor's towering homer into the left field bullpen. Nats only have 1 hit since then. Howie Kendrick's double last inning. Fernando Salas. Their pitchers due up 4th in the top of the 7th. They go into that inning 3-0. TJ McFarland will be considered a pretty good hero in his clubhouse for not having their bullpen have to use a bunch of guys here and getting the game into the 7th inning.
Keeping them close.
Yeah, Nats need a couple more runs because Arizona's got that thing going where they're finding a way to win almost every day. That's a fair ball. A long throw. Marrero, quite a play. Goldschmidt shifting into foul ground to receive that throw. Devin Marrero, outstanding.
There's some pretty good third sackers in the NL West. There's a guy in Colorado that might appreciate this play. I mean, going into foul territory, just launches it blindly to first, right on the money. You've practiced these in BP. This just doesn't happen. And a great play just gets Wilmer Defoe. And did you see Paul Goldschmidt back off the bag? Great play by Marrero.
Here's Gio 1 for 2. One hit up the middle, robbed of another by Nick Ahmed. Swing and a miss. All right, Gio back to work. He's retired 10 of the last 12 Arizona hitters. Leads by 3.
In the day he's having. Great pitch to Paul Goldschmidt on the backdoor curveball. He's getting a little help from his friends on defense. That's what happens when you're throwing strikes and working quick. Everybody on their toes. Trey Turner snatching the backhand grounder with the big throw across. So Gio Gonzalez is built for baseball by T-Mobile today. Did a nice job. Into the 7th for the first time. Did I say that already?
Yeah. 1 out to get for his longest outing of the year. Marte, Marrero, Murphy. Pitcher spot after that. Marte base hit to right last time, and Gio immediately erased him with a 6-4-3 double play ball against Marrero. That's well hit.
That should get a phone call down to the right field bullpen. We'll see.
2 for 3, Marte.
Yep, there he is. Hello, anybody there?
Henry Blanco answers and points to Trevor Gott.
Gio's been doing a nice job of pitching the bottom of the zone and below to get the double plays. We just showed you one. He'd love another one right here. Marrero, however, has a big-time uppercut swing.
And that is a nasty curveball. Rosenbag ready to roll. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons, league leaders. March, April, lefties, lowest career opponent's batting average. Sudden Sam McDowell. Since 1920, the best ever. Kershaw, of course. Randy Johnson, you would expect those guys to be on that list.
Pretty good list.
Gio, 6th on that distinguished southpaw list. Marte was taken off. He wasn't sure that ball was fouled. He retreats, and it's a 2-strike count to Devin Marrero. Fly ball to center, double play to short. Looking for his 82nd Nationals win and the 120th of his career. St. Louis just got a hit with 2 outs in the 7th inning against the major league debut pitcher Nick Kingham of the Pirates. They had scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And the Pirates are trying to win their 5th in a row and bring some momentum over here. "3-2 close," and he walked him. Just like that, tying runs in the batter's box. Gio Gonzalez, first walk since the 1st inning, 2nd of the day, and Derek Lilliquist a quick visit.
I think Trevor Gott's ready, so this isn't a stall piece to get Gott some more pitches. He's good to go down there. This is just a, hey, let's give her a finish right here. What do you want to do? Derek told me about his trip in Dodger Stadium to go out and talk to Steven Strasburg when he was struggling. He had bases loaded, nobody out. He said, hey, what do you want to do here? He said, let's go with the heat. Let's challenge these guys. And Strasburg reared back, struck out the middle of the Dodgers order with all fastballs. He had 97, 98, was dialing it up. So the value of a trip to the mound from a pitching coach sometimes can be huge.
Gio goes with a fastball and misses. Daniel Descalso, left-handed batter on deck. So maybe they're anticipating a move to Trevor Gott after this hitter. We'll see how it all works out. They do have Christian Walker.
Well, you remember the short leash Gio had with Matt Williams. I mean, the first sign of anything, Williams would come out and get him. Dusty Baker, on the other hand, let Gio work through a lot of stuff. He had a fantastic year last year. And right now, Dave Martinez is doing the same. He's trying to get his lefty through this inning at least.
Slow roller right side. Zimmerman, short shovel for the force. So they got the middle base runner with Ryan Zimmerman playing way off the bag. Runners at first and third, 1 out. And Descalso, a lefty, to the plate. Checking the numbers, Daniel Descalso is 1 for 4 career against Gio with an RBI, so he's been announced.
I talked to Daniel after the game yesterday in the Diamondbacks clubhouse, and I said, hey, you like hitting here, don't you? And he said, hey, I've had a lot of success in this ballpark dating back to the playoffs. He said it himself.
In the air, that'll get him a run. Taylor wants to rifle this one into second base. That's a good throw, great throw. He'll force Murphy to go back to first. Diamondbacks on the board, a 3-1 ball game.
Good at bat. And a great throw by Michael A. Taylor. Gives you an idea of a center fielder's arm that you don't run on.
Lefty-lefty matchup, so Gio still out there to face Peralta. Had him lunging. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
It's a pitch he struck him out on last time, I think. Might have been a curveball last time, fastball away the time before it. Struck him out with the curveball last time, fastball away the time before. What does he do this time?
2-2.
Tell you what, your manager shows confidence in you. You show confidence in your manager and show him he's making the right decision.
Swing and a miss. Number 8 for Gio. Should get a great hand walking off.
What a difference a day makes. Peralta 2 homers yesterday, and that's his 4th strikeout here today.
Of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
That is a German Shepherd, and it looks like a nice one. Very popular dogs, those Shepherds. 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Check out the strikeout one more time. That curveball is a little bit different. Almost a slurvy curve from Gio. He's had the big hook. This one starts low, and Peralta, who's having a rough day today, had a great day yesterday. Can't put it in play, and I'll tell you what, give Dave Martinez a lot of credit right there, staying with Gio Gonzalez, facing some lefties, but still, You thought the end might be near. He showed confidence in his lefty, and then Gio showed confidence in his skipper by getting the job done. That was good stuff.
We love it when starters go 7. So this one to the bottom of the 7th, and Fernando Salas, 32-year-old right-hander. Been warming up for a while. He pitched briefly yesterday. He got Ryan Zimmerman on a bouncing ball to end the 7th inning, his only appearance in this weekend series so far. Trea Turner, 2 for 5 career against him, and here we go, bottom 7 after the stretch, and the Nats see if they can maybe answer that run by the D-backs. Trea 1 for 2, strikeout, walk, base hit.
Salas 3 pitches, fastball, slider, change. Fastball averaging 90 this year.
He's been busy. 14th appearance for the D-backs. 10 Ks, 2 walks in nearly 16 innings. .466th big league appearance, his 9th season at the highest level, and just like that, it's 3-0 to Trea. Davey Martinez has his bullpen set up. Trevor Gott sat down. Brandon Kintzler, it appears, for the 8th. Trying to bridge it to Doolittle. Turner, leadoff walk, and that's a bad thing for a pitcher to do or to hear. Potomac Nationals, 6-game homestand at the beginning of May. Don't forget the Strasburg bobblehead coming up. Victor Robles Little League t-shirt giveaway next Sunday. I think you know the number by now. I think you've got it in your computer. Just hit POTO and you'll be right on site with the Nationals.
Poto?
Probably just PO. Probably just P. We call them the Peanuts. There goes Turner. Good throw. Safe. Murphy kept it low. It was picked well by Marte, and Trea Turner just too fast, and that's number 12.
Diamondbacks on the horn. They're holding up play. We'll look at it again. Did he come off the bag at the end is the only thing I'm thinking of. As you look at Marte with the call somebody sign. What do you see here? This will show you everything you need to know. He's safe there. Did he come off right? No, he's good.
Number 12 for Trea.
I'll tell you what, the 3-1 pitch to Trea Turner is something he would have swung at last year, and that's the difference in Trea this year. It was a high fastball just out of the zone, but a lot of times in the past he'd go auto swing just because it's the 3-1 count. I mean, it means he's seeing the ball big and he's thinking about getting on base more than getting hits. So a pitch he takes this year, he would have swung at last year, I think.
Ryan Zimmerman career 3 for 10, couple of RBIs against Salas.
You know, Carp, that's the mindset of a leadoff hitter. And maybe as a young leadoff hitter, Trea Turner's thinking 3-1, I'm going deep. I'm hitting something 450 right here. I'm going to do damage. Because it's a good feeling. He's got enough pop to do that. But if your mindset is to get on base via a hit or a walk, now it changes your game plan to 3-1 count, where you're really locking in a pitch instead of just swinging because it's 3-1 to get your hit and to do damage. It's the difference. He's maturing in front of us in the leadoff spot. Now, if your mentality is, I want to get on, I want to steal a base, I want to score a run because I'm a leadoff hitter, then maybe you take a borderline 3-1 pitch instead of just hacking because you're ahead in the count.
Kind of a fascinating scenario here. Zimmerman, a power guy, loves to drive the ball. Batting behind a guy with all that speed. He's at second, nobody out. Ryan's taken a couple of pitches here, and he's taken some close calls today. He's had some good at-bats, even though he's 0 for 3. Big run. D-backs just scored. Nats would like to get that 3-run advantage back. Or more. Ball 3.
So Ryan's thinking drive the ball to right center here. He's not going to give up the at-bat and hit a ground ball to second just to move him. He's thinking about moving him with authority, even though it's a 3-2 count.
Full count. Ryan's had a couple of let's take it the other way swings. We'll see how it goes.
Little mound visit from the Diamondbacks shortstop. Got a shortstop on second. Might be changing the signs here after a long sequence. You know, those mitts, they double as walkie-talkies. They only have 3 mound visits left. Drama.
Wilkie coming out to break it up. D-backs don't look like they're in any kind of hurry here.
Physically breaking it up. Did you see that? He grabbed John Ryan Murphy and pulled him back toward home plate. So let's go, Meat. Get this Fuego moving.
(3-1) Nats. Ryan Zimmerman strikes out. Harper and Kendrick the next two. Bryce will see a righty for the first time today, and he's 2 for 2 career with a walk and 2 RBIs.
Yeah.
But he's going to stay that way because it's going to be 2 walks and 2 RBIs.
Let Bryce play. He never gets to play. He gets all dressed up. He puts on his uniform every day, and then he never gets to play. He's frustrated, you can tell. I mean, joking aside, he's frustrated. You saw the body language when they walked him. You see what he's doing right now with Tim Bogart. Look at him. He is sick of walking.
And that's number 36.
I think you all saw everything you need to see right there about how he feels about it.
Howie Kendrick. And the D-backs move pays off. A 6-4-3 double play, and Bryce was going hard into second base right there. To the 8th, 3-1 Kinsler on the way.
And we've been hearing how frustrated he is with all the walks. So he's up there, he's thinking, I'm going to be the hero, I'm going to do damage, I'm going to drive in a run. And there it is again, an intentional walk. Then he gets to first base with Tim Bogart, and he's just frustrated. And then even after the slide into second base, he kind of pops up there at the end, doesn't want to get hit, and he just, I mean, he's over it. And I honestly don't know how, I mean, the speech Carp earlier about he's hitting eighth every day, that's no offense to anybody hitting behind him. It doesn't matter. He's Bryce Harper, and whoever hits behind him is irrelevant. Yeah. No manager is going to have to answer the media that they pitched to Bryce Harper and lost the game because they did. So it's not an insult to who's hitting behind him. It's just the way it is.
Brandon Kintzler, on the heels of a strong 7 innings by Gio, faces 2, 3, 4 here. AHMED, Goldschmidt, and Pollock. He's not the closer, but this is where the save might be here in the 8th inning. Brandon, a scoreless 7th yesterday against Walker, Marte, and Avila further down in the lineup. And Nick AHMED faces him for the first time. That ball's going to drop into center. Tying run represented by Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, it's getting interesting right here, right now, especially after the single.
Goldschmidt against Kintzler, a double, 1 for 1. Perfect fastball outside edge.
You know, when you have a power hitter late, we always talk about you don't challenge them in. You don't want the tying run to beat you to the pull side. But with the elements the way they are today and the wind blowing in from left, Goldschmidt's power is to right center. I wonder if they're thinking about maybe trying him in here. Maybe late, I don't know. They're going away here.
And he's 0-2 going away.
Perfect. Started it off the plate, ran it back. I mean, both pitches almost identical, right?
Look at the run on that fastball. Bill Welke stood up, called it a ball. That thing really coming back.
If it's almost like a left-handed bowler, right? You're starting on the outside, you're trying to bring it back to the.
Didn't miss by much.
I mean, he is really spinning that sinker away right now. Doing it again here.
Bill Welke's had a good day behind the plate. Quick move over. D-backs are a good running team. 15 steals coming in. Nick AHMED 1 for 2, but nobody wants to take the bat out of Paul Goldschmidt's hands here. Got to let your big guy try to tie the game. Swing and a miss, and Kintzler kept taking him a little further away on every pitch. Huge first out.
I mean, these are nasty backdoor sinkers from Brandon Kintzler to one of the best hitters in the league. Watch where this one starts, watch where it ends up. I mean, this started in the left-handed batter's box, and watch the late run back. Wow. I mean, that's like a left-handed cutter. What a pitch. Pretty good sequence.
A.J. Pollock is next. Career 0 for 3 against Brandon Kintzler. Busted bat. There's an out at second. There's an out at first. Busted bat, 1-4-3. What an inning for Brandon Kintzler. The Nats turn their second double play of the day, their 4th of this series.
I mean, this is a perfect feat, like a shortstop, all in one motion, gets rid of it right on the money. Howie Kendrick covering, completes the 1-4-3 double play. Check out Michael A. Taylor with the Michael A. Tater. His third of the year against traffic, 104 miles an hour. Check out the launch angle, 36 degrees. Hit it straight up, basically, 402 feet. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Another inning for Fernando Salas here. Gave up a couple of walks. Got the double play ball last inning. Taylor, Wieters, Sierra, bottom 8. 0-2.
Wieters having a nice day.
Well, you know who's ready for the ninth, or who will be, if not already. Sean Doolittle. And Taylor fighting to stay alive here.
Going after him with some heaters. Staying in the fight. Fouling off borderline pitches. I like it. I think it's the slowest I've ever seen a catcher give signs. Did you see that?
Took a while to ask for that fastball.
Very deliberate. He went curveball, then he went fastball, then he shook that. Then he went to a changeup, he shook that. He finally settled on a fastball. Wants it in the dirt.
Michael A. Taylor spoiling some good pitches here.
It's number 9 coming. Pitch number 10 coming.
(3-2), and Taylor hits one high in the air to right center. And it's right up against the board, caught by Pollock.
That ball was hit. It went nowhere. Now you see Michael A. Taylor get on top of a high fastball like that, it usually goes in the seats. So great at bat by Michael A. Taylor with nothing to show for it. Look at the fastball above the letters. He gets on top of it with that top hand. You know who'd love this swing? Hank Aaron. And on a windy day, a windy, cool day, it just falls into the glove of A.J. Pollock. That was a good at-bat and a good swing.
Matt Wieters has had a good day with a homer, a walk, handled Gio beautifully. Helped Kinsler get to a quick 8th inning. His next assignment after this at bat, handle that closer. That's right on the edge.
So go back to the second inning. Matt WIETERS got the party started. Down and in, right into his turbo zone. Not a bad pitch by any means. Low fastball, drove it over the fence. On a day when the ball's not traveling, you got to hit it, and he did.
And Matt with a fly to center. That'll back up Pollock a bit. Now he'll come forward as the wind stops it. Well, let's talk about Max Scherzer Friday night and his bobblehead. It's a Cy Young Scherzer bobble presented by PNC Bank. So be one of the first 25,000 fans to come in here Friday to boo the Phillies and collect the second of 5 Nats bobbleheads this year. Visit nationals.com.
Did you just incite a riot?
Taking back the park. It's been going on for years. That should be a fun night. Phillies are playing well. Not having a great day today against the Braves, down 6-1, but they've been solid. In fact, Atlanta's trying to tie them for second place right behind the Mets. Swing and a miss by Moises Sierra.
I got my Max bobblehead right here, and he does have a blue eye and a brown eye. Perfect. I got it right.
We're looking cool in the shades today. He will pitch against the Pirates Tuesday. Tanner Roark tomorrow night.
Clean shaven Tanner Roark tomorrow night. Well, close.
Yeah, everybody's doing the trim, huh?
Changing it up.
Jamison, Tyon, and Tanner. Scherzer, Chad Kuhl Tuesday. Strasburg, Ivan Nova Wednesday. Day game Thursday. Jeremy Hellickson, Trevor Williams. Pirates are an inning away from a sweep of St. Louis at PNC Park. They're trying to win their 5th in a row. There's Jeremy Hellickson. Two to Sierra. Backhand play, Marrero. Way off the bag. Goldschmidt had to jump to keep it out of the seats. And we'll see how they score it. Could be a hit. They're going to give him an error for a high throw. Had time to set, didn't he?
He did.
I'm thinking Sierra might have gotten there in time anyway.
Yeah, that might be one you want to look at again.
Rafael Bautista will run for him and maybe come in to play some defense here. And that's it for Salas. I've had Jorge De La Rosa ready. Wilmer Defoe is the next scheduled batter. So we play bottom 8. Nats looking for another run of insurance, leading 3-1. by the DMV area Volkswagen dealers, who bring you the Smile It's Spring sales events. And by Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com.
It's Bob's pass list. Having a good time, dancing. Kidding, of course. They're having a great time. I like those hoodies.
Nice.
Those are nice.
Okay.
All right.
Back to the action.
That's why they quit serving after the 7th.
Jorge De La Rosa, the ageless 37-year-old lefty from Monterrey, Mexico. He's been in the big leagues since he broke in with the Brewers in '04. 15th year. Defoe, first pitch, deep short. He's going to beat that out. Couple of close calls, and the Nats have 2 on after 2 outs, and Adrian Sanchez will be the next hitter.
I'll tell you what, after the play that MARRERO made on Wilmer last time, if Nick AHMED makes this play, Wilmer might just keep running right out the right field bullpen in the tunnel. That would have been 2 he got robbed on. Great play by AHMED to make it that close. Look at the athletic ability of the Diamondbacks shortstop. But Wilmer will definitely take the infield single. It could have had 2 today. Way faster without the dreadlocks.
Adrian Sanchez up there hacking. 3 for 12 this time around with the Nats. This will be his first pinch hitting appearance. Big run out there. Great speed at second base with Bautista. Gets away, and the runners both back. Defoe just eyeballing the guy 90 feet ahead of him, and they both reacted at the same time.
Good read by Bautista at second. He was thinking about it, but with 2 outs, you got to walk into second. It can't even be close. And right here, he saw Ryan Murphy pouncing on it and hit the brakes. Good decision, good hustle by the Diamondbacks catcher.
Tried that cricket swing again for one into right center like he had the other day.
He did.
Sanchez, another one to deep short. Long throw, AHMED. Seen some good defense in this game. Sean Doolittle, this year he's 4 for 4, 61 career saves. He is next. 1-2 record should be better. Good ERA. 4 of his 5 starts, he's gone at least 6 or more. Jamison Tyon, 2-2 with a higher ERA, 4.91. So the Pirates will be in town for 4, 6:30 Nats Extra. Johnny and Ray right here at the ballpark on Masson. And hopefully Tanner trying to make it a 2-game winning streak. Sean Doolittle, 13th appearance. All the numbers are good. 21 strikeouts in 12 innings.
The doctor is in. Save opportunity for Sean Doolittle. Fastball this year 87% of the time at 95 miles an hour.
Defense short up and left, Rafael Bautista. And for the Diamondbacks, 5-6-7, Owings, Marte, Marrero. Chris Owings 0 for 1 career against Doolittle. Challenge fastball, hitter getting after it, strike 1.
His last save was on the 20th in that Clayton Kershaw-Max Scherzer Friday night matchup at Dodger Stadium. So been a minute.
Yeah, that was a 5-2 game. Doolittle had a clean 9th inning, striking out Austin Barnes, getting Chris Taylor and Corey Seager to end the game. Fastball up, 1-2. Just got a piece of it.
That's what he likes to do. Fastball in the zone till he gets to 2 strikes. Then almost like another pitch, he throws that fastball above the letters. And for whatever reason, we see hitter after hitter chase it.
Taylor a bit to the right in center field. Line drive, fair ball. Diamondbacks are not going without a battle. They're going to have the tying run in the batter's box again in this inning.
It might have been off speed here, and he caught it out front. So usually you see the high fastball with Sean Doolittle. That might have been a changeup. I think it was 85 miles an hour. Owings catches it out front. The leadoff double in the 9th. And that'll probably be the last changeup you see from Sean today.
Yeah.
Doesn't throw too many.
Ketel Marte, retired by Doolittle in the 9th inning yesterday on a pop-up to short. 0 for 6 career against him. Busted bat on the first pitch. Howie is there. Big out.
Yeah, a real big out. Run at second means nothing. Just got to get 2 more outs.
Next up is DEVEN MARRERO, the third baseman.
Well, we've watched Marrero as a pinch hitter yesterday and a bunch of at-bats today. He's got the new launch angle swing. And you'd think the high fastball from Doolittle will suit Sean well here in this matchup. But he's got one thing on his mind right now, and that's swinging from his heels.
5 career home runs in parts of 3 years with the Red Sox.
protective 2-strike hack there in a 1-0 count.
Yeah. Crowd a bit quiet. Second out will get them going. 30,285 paid today. So the Nats draw right around 90,000 for this 3-game series.
Oh, here comes the high eater.
And a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on 95. 2 down.
Yeah, no more changeups for Sean Doolittle. He went with the express right here. 95. Up and away. And MARRERO can't catch up. Good pitch. Everybody on their feet. Here we go.
Murphy popped up to second in the 9th against Doolittle yesterday.
They're not mooing, they're doing.
Always love watching as a closer goes through his inning, how the good ones build momentum as the pitches come after the other before it. Big strikeout for the second out. Two-one pitch in the air. Ryan Zimmerman tracking it. He's got it, and so do the Nats. They will salvage one on a day when WIETERS and Taylor homered, and Gio Gonzalez probably his best outing of the year.
Yeah, you got to give Gio a lot of love. I mean, a big win for these guys today, but Gio Gonzalez definitely the hero of the day. 7 strong innings, 8 strikeouts. Got his first hit of the year. So my game ball definitely goes to the left-hander, Gio Gonzalez. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Sean, that thing you do. Nats win it 3-1. Their 4th home win of the year, and they salvage Game 3.